Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about Illinois' decision to reject a challenge to Trump's qualification to be on the ballot based on the 14th Amendment. This is another kind of twisty, turny one. Let me give you the basics. So under Illinois law, challengers anyone. So you have 5 people who say, hey, this guy's not 35, or hey, this guy's not natural born, or hey, this guy swore an oath to the United States and engaged in insurrection. That being Donald Trump, that being the 14th Amendment, Section 3 that we've all taken a crash course on in the last couple months. Then that challenge goes to a hearing examiner, as it did here, and it went to a Republican judge, retired judge, who issued a pretty thorough 20-page opinion that did 2 things. On the one hand, it went through the facts and the challenges, and it held across the board against Trump. It said, yeah, come on, this is an insurrection. Yeah, come on, he engaged in it. Yeah, it really gave the sane account of the events of January 6th. But it then closed by saying, I recommend, the hearing examiner is sort of adjunct to the bigger board, which is a political entity in Illinois comprising 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans. So you need to kind of have somebody, at least one member, go across party lines, as it were, to have a result. His recommendation to that entity was deny the challenge. Why? Because unlike being 35 or native born, this is a question that involves some pretty hard constitutional analysis. That really is the way he puts it. And why is that a problem? So it's a problem under Illinois state law. The hearing board itself isn't necessarily lawyers set up for this, and the hearing examiner invoked a few decisions by the Illinois Supreme Court that says, the hearing board can't strike down laws as unconstitutional. That's not their job. All they can do is sort of make a gestalt political judgment, basically, or probably it would have worked for saying something cut and dried, like, yep, the guy's 35. But for this, it involves thorny constitutional questions. So this is for the courts and not for you guys, is the advice. So it's this sort of schizophrenic opinion, but that's what's shaping up in general in this area. And the Supreme Court case that's going to be heard on February 8th, where it says he did all these things. Let's not mince words. But then he says, but not us. And we have, that it's a version of an approach that's been taken by several states already to say either it's not ripe or this is not given over to us and courts have to decide. And then they also will often, invoke the U.S. Supreme Court that's going to decide soon, et cetera. So it's kind of ironic. I talked in a different YouTube today about the challenger's brief before the Supreme Court making a big point about state authority. But you are having states. This is clearly a hot potato for, a lot of states, and they're thinking, they're looking to the U.S. Supreme Court to decide. So anyway, that's the hearing examiner's recommendation. And just within the last half hour, the board as a whole unanimously accepted it. So all 4 of the Democrats, all 4 of the Republicans, maybe they're collegial anyway, or maybe they just thought this is the right thing and it's better that we not be divided and partisan and all together, because what are they saying after all? Not that Trump didn't do it, but that, yeah, you guys, the courts should do it. We can all get behind that. Anyway, they did all get behind that. So by an 8-0 vote, they decide we are, it's for the courts, and therefore they are, they have technically rejected the challenge to Trump's candidacy. The challengers from here, though, can go on to the courts under Illinois state law and commence a process, something like the one in Colorado itself, which began with a state court decision. So there you go, another entry in the multiple variations and permutations of this issue in different states. And this one swirls around and takes a tortuous path to the same place that most states so far have done, which is to say, we can't do this, or at least at the administrative level, the hearing board can't do this, maybe courts, but it just reinforces that all of this is just converging on the U.S. Supreme Court like so many freight trains. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.